No way! So Luis alone defends us against the whole board. We live gain. We now can counter attack. And look at this. Now Esper gives trample to everything, including Luis with live gain. And now we swing. Do you have a deja vu? Because I think we've seen this board state before. Our opponent, of course, because they are ranked mythic, you know they are playing some form of meta aggro. That's how you know, and this opening is kinda ridiculous. So they deal 3 damage with a 1-drop, the sign of the best, and we need to actually fight against it. We have 3 mana, so how can we use it? I think this is not good enough. I think we cannot allow them to stack those threats. So what we will do, we go Betrayal. Right now it's a decent target. We minimize a little bit of a damage, and we can also go for the Fungus. This will be a little bit hard, but maybe we can make it work. I'm not sure if we will sacrifice our opponent going for the Smork. Fungus doing work. Kinda love it. I mean, we have to kill it. No other choice. So this is the land for this turn. We go for the very petty revenge against Mono Red. It just feels right for some reason. Nobody knows why. Do we go Esper Origins? Or we want to put a land? We could block with it. I honestly think it's a good play. Let's see what they have. Nemesis is kinda scared. I hope they don't have second. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We take damage. With Esper Origins we have a little bit more life than usually, but man, Monored is so terrifying always. Let's see if they go for the pump. I think we got a really good deal here. Let's see, maybe they pump more, or maybe they give up priority. And now we can go for this. Honestly, it doesn't feel like our opponent really realized that we will do it. Unless they really had no other plays, but they had so many cards, man. So right now we mitigated all of the damage, and now we have tons of mana. Man, we can actually go Esper Origins. Oh man, this is huge. Let's crack everything. And we probably take blue mana just in case. I guess, oh, we have Island. Alright. So we go this. I honestly think we go Passage into Esper Origins twice, because this gives us life gain, and I think this is what we need. This will be 3-4. So we will see. Let's go for green. We don't want to pain ourselves. This is kinda tempting, to be honest. Like, this will be a 5-5. Pretty darn decent. But this is such a good curve that I think we just want to do it. And don't forget we also life gain. Oh man, this is amazing. We basically drew a card here. And now we go for a 4-4. And I mean, we are pretty high on stuff. That sounded not perfect. Do we want to harmonize? I think we keep one at least. This is a nice card, man. I'm just not sure if we'll have enough time to do it, you know? And because our opponent is playing an aggro deck, we will... Oh, I guess I could risk to draw a card, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. Maybe it was. Maybe it was worth, you know, just rolling the dice. Because maybe we could draw a card. So Elves gone. Not amazing. This Hellkite will be a problem. But at least the Hired Claw is, you know, not a thing for now. This will be a 4-5 on the next turn, so they can start attacking with it. Alright, we have a lot of mana. I kinda want to go Esper Origins, honestly. And then we go for the Stormsoul. I think, man, I might be a little bit greedy here, but I think it's good. And we Surveil as well, sorry. So, hopefully that will be fine. Let's see what we hit. Okay, we got a land. Nice. That means this guy will be bigger. Do we want to go for the stories? I think, so next turn we get the chapter 3. Man, we actually need to think about it. Okay, I think I know. I know it's a little bit terrifying. Oh, but they will go for the 1 damage from Hellkite, so making a 1-1 doesn't make sense. I wanted to make this play, but I guess we won't. which means we just go for this guy. It's very aggressive, but I think we need to make sure that we can try to finish the game soon. We'll get a lot of mana on the next turn and a lot of stats. I think we will have, what, 14 of stats. So we're this close to winning the game, man. Now they can deal 1 damage, they know we will block. But honestly, this is kinda nice. They cannot attack on ground. 4 damage, not more. Kinda okay. And we might draw something. 14. I'm not sure if we can make it bigger than this. I think we go for the stories and we see what we draw. Wait, I think that's lethal. Oh man. Alright, so do I want to discard? No, but Sloth, that's a better deal. Not really, because now we discard 2 creatures, which means that Season of Loss will deal more damage. And I think we just swing and win the game. Do you think Mono Red has like 0 defensive capabilities? They didn't even think about it, man. Whatever. That was a crispy lethal. I kinda want to go for this guy. We also draw a card. We ramp. And of course we need to keep the mana for elves. When this deck has so much mana, it's actually kinda hilarious. Like, you're having so many creatures, but at the same time it's like a ramp deck. So let's see. Kiora. Okay, scary. Very scary card. Is that like Oculus deck or something? Or is it like Jeskai? I'm not sure what we are playing, but I know it will hurt very, very much when they assemble whatever they are looking for. Usually you play Kiora just to cycle cards. That was weird. Okay. Maybe this is a bit of a different deck than I expected then. Because they have counter spells and maybe they just use it to cycle cards, you know? Okay, we need to go a little bit hard. I think it's Explorer, right? We go for this. We need to start milling some lands and hopefully we can double play if we mill a land here. Well, kinda whiffed. Not gonna lie, that was not what we hoped for. Maybe we'll play Winternight Stories because we have blue mana on starting town. Okay. Okay, so they will double spell. This will be a rough one, but you know what? We have some ways to sneak a ton of damage, and our creatures are pretty decent, so hopefully we can try to defend. And we have good stat lines, so they cannot attack with Kiora. Alright, this is actually kinda nice. I think I will go for a small Overlord, just so we can mill some lands, and then we'll see. Because with this we should hit 2 lands. Okay, perfect. And now we can start ramping. Town Greeter or Fungus? They don't have enchantments so far. I think we go for this. We can mill more cards. Let's play everything that is untapped for now. We need to get few turns like this, and then we can absolutely shine. Alright, it's already way better right now. Wait, if we go for this, can we actually play again another one? I'm actually, yes, because it's additional. Okay, that's kind of wild. And now we double mill. We kind of need to be, you know, careful about this one, I guess. But so far, so good. And let's go elf so we have more mana. At some point we'll probably lose one of them. Okay, that was a turn, man. We played, what, 3 lands on this turn. And we'll play 3 on the next one as well. So after this we probably don't want Explorer, so we might even attack and, you know, try to get some juicy blocks for our opponent. Milling 2 cards per, you know, per land is a little bit scary. A little bit scary. We still have 40 cards though. Alright, let's see. I'm still not sure exactly what to expect from our opponent. It feels like this, like Jeskai, or is it? Steamcore Tersa deck. But it has some parts, but it's modified. I'm surprised with counterspell. Like, I would expect Oculus in this deck, but hard to say. Okay, we need to make some big plays. They will start attacking through air super hard. So I think we start with this. Maybe we just go double trample. This is the card we kinda want, right? This could kill the Scholar. Not sure if that's the best play, but it would do the job. You know what? I think we go like this. So we Esper Origin into Esper Origin and we do both of those cards. I think. We cannot play land because then we mill. So let's not do it. Yeah, and then we play land. Okay, then we play lands when we get the stuff. And this will get milled, which is fine. Okay, let's go. We need Luis, and Luis needs to hit as hard as possible, and I think we can do it. Okay, now we are going absolute milling speed. Man, this deck is kinda crazy. Yep. We actually would love some mana on this turn, but we don't have the right colors. As you can see, we are milling a lot of cards. And this can find black mana. Oh no, this will mill 4. Right, because it double triggers, which is not exactly amazing for us. But I think we have to do it. I think we have to do it, guys. Man, what? We don't have lands? Oh no. Well, that's a big deal. Okay, that was something. So we have 2 turns before we go for the big attack. I don't want to mill more cards. Let's just go for the fungus. Alright, we need 2 mana to get this one. You know, that was a crazy turn, but I think we still are on track. We just need to stop playing Fabled Passage, I guess. We can play Luis at the last turn. So here's Scholar. They will do a lot of cards, probably swing for 10 to 11, maybe 12. Here's, okay. Now I feel that I'm hitting the land a little bit. And now they're reanimated. Yep. Kinda scary, not gonna lie. And they can attack with Cura and get the... What was this? Kraken, right? Octopus creature legendary token. Okay, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Oh boy, there's so much stats here. And they see Luis, which is a bit of a problem, because they know what we are trying to play into right now. Do we want to lose Explorers? If we do, this is the moment. We definitely will go this and this. We could just go like this. We trade one of them. That's kinda nice, and we can still double play lands. We take 7, and we probably need something more. Mana can be useful. Will I ever sacrifice it for this? Let's go with us. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. But let's just make sure right now that we have the option to do it, if we decide so. This attack cost our opponent quite a lot of creatures, so I'm not super sad about it, but they are getting free stuff right now, which is a bit of a problem. We can play 2 lands on this turn, and Luis will hit super hard. Oh my, man, no way! This is the turn when we have so much mana, and also we get double Esper. Oh, that was Luis. It's fine. This can deal a lot. I don't know how much exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures only. That's not too much. Okay, so how much mana we have? This Luis will be massive. So we go 4, 9, 10, 13, 16 mana. So Luis for 14? That seems really insane. Yeah, 14? Man, this is insane. Oh my god, that's so much for a deck that isn't like running any like Green Virtues or something. And this is kinda massive. We will get trample on the next turn. So if they don't kill us, and they probably won't, I don't think they can kill us from 31. That means we will get a full swing with everything, including Luis. This will have trample, guys. So our opponent wants to draw as many cards as possible, but if they don't have Vivi, suddenly the deck isn't as crazy because they need to pay, you know, costs for their cards, which is wild. That was half of their turn already. They put what? 2 or 3 counters on something? The flyers are scary, but it's what? 10, 15. Rest we can probably block if we have to. And don't forget, Luis, okay, Luis can also block, so if they attack by ground, we are getting a ton of life gain, which means they could probably only attack with flyers, and that's not too much damage. And then we counter attack. I think they're preparing to block. I think they know. Okay, and then when we attack and they try to defend and not die, then we play Season of Loss, because we will probably lose the whole board after this attack, or at least most of the creatures. And I think they die. Man, that's a really... I don't think that's the right attack. I think they made a huge blunder here. I honestly don't... Man, I don't need to do it even. Okay, this is what? 18 damage, because they're both 9/9. 18, 22, 32, 39. Which means we just block with Luis. Are you serious? Yeah, that's it. That's it. We win. Our opponent did a full swing. Oh, no, no. We are not at -8. We are at 8. You've seen wrong. Our opponent will get 1 creature. Now we get Chapter 3. And, man, now we can swing with... Man, Luis absolutely dominated the whole game. Like, this creature single-handedly won everything. And, yep, that should be nice. Swing! What about now? And the cool part, they can actually try to defend against it, I think. They can block those 2 into Luis. That means 2 damage. And then the rest can block the... Man, I think they are still dead. Yeah, I think they are dead anyway. But we were preparing for a Season of Loss, because then we can force them to lose X life, and we have probably 6 creatures right now. Man, Luis, as always, a superstar. So they will... No, they are keeping some mana. But that's good. Now we can draw a card, we can ramp, and this is turn 3, right? Man, this is actually so funny. Usually it's bad thing, but this is actually our turn 3, 4th land, which means it's That's so crazy. Alright, so this is not enchantment. How do we do it, man? We could just triple spell. I think that's the play. Man, what a turn. Wait, we didn't have enough green. We had the tapper got us, man. But because we needed 3 green, and we have 3. But 1 is paint, which means that Shuffler, sorry, tapper, whatever, wants to, you know, protect you at every cost. And even at the cost of kinda not making the play. Alright, honestly not the worst. Instead of 0-4, I believe, it's a 2-2. Doesn't ramp us. So our opponent has decent grasp over the game. We probably need to draw something. But we have the Season of Loss. Maybe we can make it work. Okay, a nice draw. Alright, so what can we do, man? We could just sweep the board fully. Or we could get rid of 3 creatures, but then the best one stays, and that's not really what we want. Man, that's a rough one. Fungus is kinda bad. Man, this is a rough one. We don't have great plays, to be honest. I can sweep the board, but then what? I guess then we start over. Or we could play more creatures and then Season of Loss. You know what? I think this is the play. Let's go like this. I think this should be a little bit better. We can also mill 1 card. So it will be helpful later. And I know we are not getting the biggest value out of this card. But I just want to have, you know, some stats in the board. Just make it harder for our opponent. And, you know, like, we need to push. We need to push. And we'll refill with this, hopefully. So we expect 3 cards. And you know, guys, Hopefully it's enough. I don't know. Maybe. So, our opponent, they got to our graveyard already. Well, that's true. If they have spare mana, I guess there's no reason to not, exile some cards. Let's see. It's really bad if they keep one creature, man. Oh, okay. So if they attack, we could try to go for 3 creature sacrifice and then draw 3 cards, which would be perfect because we can maybe kill one. But I guess we can only block with Fungus and Tender, so I'm not sure if it will work out. I guess it won't, probably. They're not attacking here. I think we have some options, especially if we draw a good card. We can do a lot. Not legendary, alright. Kinda scary. They have 3 mana. I should not have done it. I should not have done it. Oh, I'm feeling them. Oh, and the land from the top. Of course it's land from the top. So I can just sweep the board. Not amazing, huh? Not amazing. Okay, I think I know. We'll try to block with this, sacrifice it. Do we attack? To be honest, that would be okay, but then they can attack. No, this is bad attack. Because they can block with Elves and Beastbinder. And then we can kill only one Beastbinder, and basically we trade our 4-drop for 2-drop. So it's not great. And this will be hard, but I think this Season of Loss is our, ace for this game. We need to make it count. Okay, our opponent's starting to be a little bit aggressive. I think we sacrifice it. Because it loses abilities, so we want to make sure that that's the case. We could get mana, but I don't think it matters. Well, it can matter, actually. No, but we cannot block anything. We could get the Reef, but it doesn't matter too much. And this will be a 2-2. We can exile a card, forcing them to pay mana. I think that's okay. We'll just take the damage, draw a card. The card is not great though. I really hoped for a non-land here. Okay, this one cannot provide mana right now, but now Curator doesn't have anything to exile, I guess. And we can mitigate some of the damage. Man, this is honestly such a rough spot. Especially that we top deck 2 lands in a row, which is basically 2 dead turns in a row. We need to keep adding our opponent. But we have literally 0 plays. Absolutely 0 plays. So we need to steal something. Alright, Luis is actually massive. And they indeed have 6 creatures. Don't forget, Luis will get degraded into 2-2 after the Beastbinder attack, so it's not as great as it seems. And they will get a land, so this will be 2 out of 4. And we could sacrifice cards, but they sacrifice Elf, and Siren. They keep all the best cards, then they exile and hit for 7, 9. So I don't think it's a great play. We could just go with Luis, but then it loses all the abilities. I think it's still worth it, man. This forces a play, basically, from our opponent. They need to keep attacking, and if we find a way to get rid of the Beastbinders, man, they're literally holding the whole board hostage right now. Hopefully we can make it work. Hopefully. And we still have Season of Loss, right? Man, maybe we should be aggressive. even one Beast Binder seems amazing if we can get it. So let's push for some damage. I think because we drew so so not amazing, at this point we have some troubles trying to fight them. Alright, so Luis tapped. Probably not the biggest deal because they will debuff it anyway. Man, I didn't know you can get those. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see. Full swing? No. Man, this Season of Loss is kinda hard to cast right now. Let's see the targets. We can trade against Drowner. If they get Molt Tender into a 2-2, then we can block one of the elves, you know? Man, it's kinda hard to go through this, but I think we really have some chances here. Okay. And that kinda helps us, doesn't... Oh, they didn't attack in the end. Alright, that's fine. So, you know, we do what we have to do. We want to mitigate damage. I think it's still worth it here. Alright, as you can see, they didn't go for it. Luis, you know, did his best, and here's Drunev. And that's the next land from the top. Bro, like whenever you are in equal game and then you draw 3 lands from the top, you really feel like you got kicked in the face, man. Well, with this, I don't think we have many options here. We'll just make this play. It's just bad. It's just bad, you know? They will sacrifice double elves. Drunev, why would you sacrifice your best card? And they can top deck 1-drop, you know? And then it gets doubled. I expected double elves and Siren. And here's the last one. So we kinda... Man, in 6... Wait. I think in 6 cards we drew 5 lands. Okay, this is kinda ridiculous. Like, no joke, man. But there is a chance that maybe we can burn them. We can go up to 8 damage with Luis. Man, if we didn't draw only lands for the most of the game, this would be nice. Maybe we attack with Reef. We're at 16, so we actually have quite a lot of time. Not sure if they can go for Curator. I don't think so. There's land. I didn't see an instance. Yeah, it's creature, so it should be 3 out of 4. Okay, they're just going for the graveyard. So I assume they didn't draw anything that is worth playing. And you know, it's not the biggest deal. 5-6 damage a turn at this stage of the game? Kinda okay. So, yeah, we go for Fungus. Okay, so we need to go for this first. Because we need to deal some damage. If this goes through, Luis wins the game on the next turn. And I think there is a very solid chance. Oh, I have to. Oh, I don't like it. So, okay, who has the lower chance of activating it? We have like mostly creatures and lands. I will mill myself. Oh no, okay, they have sorcery. They have sorcery, it's already season. They have land, sorcerer, and creature. Our opponent like just launched toward our graveyard, just trying to get it. Wait, what? It's an enchantment too. Amazing. It's fine, guys. It's fine. We'll just block something. Somehow. Oh man, this will be... Is that 1 damage? Because this is exactly 10 damage. We have 2 toughness on this. They will attack. This will be probably a 2-2, I would guess. I mean, we have to block, so we cannot sacrifice it in response. I mean, that means we are surviving, and our opponent is at 6, which means Luis wins the game. Man, I think we found the winning play. Luis will literally win this crazy, crazy game. Everything went wrong. Absolutely. And we still managed to find a way, you know? Man, we drew 5 lands in a row, basically. It's fine, we still get it. 3, 6, 8. Do they have any kind of life gain? I really don't think they should, but who knows? What counterspell do they have? If they had counterspell, it's probably the Simic one, so it can force a lot of mana. I think we go for this. Guys, let's enjoy our glorious win, because I think we deserved it. Thank you, Luis, for your service. Oh my, I wasn't sure if we can make it, man. Well, I feel that the last game especially was truly worthy, a superstar like Luis. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, it really helps the channel. And you can even hype it if you feel it was worth it. And Season of Loss was something we didn't showcase as much, because you have so many creatures. Usually the third mode, each opponent loses X life, is like your finisher. That's why we play so many. We can also use it as a sweeper. And if you have more creatures than your opponent, I mean, you can make sure that you sweep everything. So that one is kind of fun, especially like the Explorer, because you both ramp, fill your graveyard, and you know, with some cards like Esper Origins and Stories, you can actually use your graveyard to basically get card advantage in a way. Just don't over mill, because oh boy, it goes fast, but if you mill a lot of cards with Explorer, your Season of Loss gets better. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed. This was a fun deck. I need to try more strategies like this, and this deck actually went 5-0 undefeated in League in MTGO, so absolutely flawless performance, and it seems that it worked for us as well, so I'm really happy. That was some crazy games we had today, so I hope you had fun. And yeah, if you like Luis, you will probably like this deck. It's a very different style than the usual, but it's very, very fun. And finally, you can play with Season of Loss a little bit. Card that I always liked, but it was always a little bit hard to use, because I play control, so I have no creatures. Well, this deck solves it, and Esper Origins is always proving to be better and better, especially in decks like this where you mill your, like, half of your library randomly, and this +2/+2 and trample really makes a difference, as you have seen. Hopefully it was fun, and thank you to all the patrons that are helping make those videos. I really appreciate it, guys, and yeah. It's a little bit late, I'm a little bit tired, so enough rambling for today. Really appreciate it, guys, and I hope you had a blast. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.